So I played a bunch of Devil May Cry 5 and I thought it was pretty great. Now that there's been plenty of time to digest the game, I figured I'd go online and see what other people thought of it. And while the consensus appears to agree with me, I also found that people seem to have a couple of pretty consistent problems with the game. The first being, these pieces of shit right here. Now, I might just be old and jaded, but the Hell Judica are just not fun to fight. Because of how they function, it's not even satisfying or rewarding when you beat them. Oh yeah, I love it when an enemy is constantly teleporting away from me, before getting up into my ass for a sucker punch, and then laughs at me before teleporting away again. For God's sake, they even teleport away if you don't knock them down well enough. I would rather do an entire bloody palace of Furies than have to deal with more than one of these motherfuckers in any instance. The other issue people seem to have is how Vergil looks. More specifically, his hair. Lots of people are going around saying it looks really weird, that his hairline is too high. These are remarks that, cut me deeply. I'll give it to you that perhaps having anime hair in your 40s may not translate well when going for a more photorealistic style. But I've personally always associated the size of one's forehead with being directly proportionate to how strong a person is. To me, a large forehead is a physical, visual indicator of one's stature and strength. Vergil's primary motivation being to obtain power, this makes perfect sense. Most weaker individuals are obviously gifted with what is perceived to be a normal hairline. How lucky. That's fine. I won't hold it against you. That's not what this channel is about. We're trying to educate over here. If you look around you, some of the most talented, influential people in the world are bald or have a receding hairline. You know, you've got world leaders, those fat, faceless dudes in those hentais, other notable figures like The Rock, Jeff Bezos, LeBron James, Larry David, incredibly powerful people. In Devil May Cry 5, Vergil is much stronger than his previous iterations, having absorbed power granted by the Fruit of the Clifog, gaining a Sin Devil trigger. You know, which brings on some changes. It's important to note, simply ridding yourself of hair doesn't activate this power multiplier. Power is something that can only be obtained through tribulation and sacrifice, or is simply born with. Once you begin to approach your personal cap, that's when your hair starts to fuck off. For some, it happens earlier, but most people will experience this metamorphosis to some degree simply by gaining life experience. A lot of cancer patients, you know, they're so strong their own body is the only thing that can fight them on even terms. Frightening people. There are also those who are self-conscious of their strength and opt to hide their power level with the use of a hat. Or other artificial means so as to not scare the people around them who have an instinctual, primal fear over such girthy, throbbing might. But it's nothing to be ashamed of. My father lost his hair, his father did, and even my great-grandfather decided to pass down his awful genes, knowing full well he was afflicted with this horrible curse, that bastard. Anyway, my point is, Devil May Cry 5 is great. I've been thoroughly enjoying the base game and Bloody Palace, and am very much looking forward to future additions to the series. Vergil has always been one of my favorite characters in video games, and knowing that I have something in common with him now is pretty cool. Even if you disagree, and it's fine if you do, please don't be that guy and send Itsuno shit like this. It is unbelievably cringy. But Van, you say, if the game is so great, then what of the fact that Dante and Vergil are supposed to be identical twins, yet look so dissimilar all of a sudden? Why does Urizen have the powers of all the bosses? Isn't it weird that Vergil got off kinda lightly, considering he is directly responsible for 2 catastrophes and consumed the condensed suffering of millions of people for power? Why does Trish look like that? Well. Huh. I hope you all enjoyed my monthly video where I discuss topics that have already left people's minds. I'd like to personally thank all of you who stuck around despite my incredibly spread out videos, and hope you continue to watch as the quality of my content continues to deteriorate along with my hair. See you next time! You showed up. You sure know how to make a video. No timing, no quality, and the only bit of originality just left. My sincerest apology, brother. I was so eager to upload that I didn't have time to prepare for the show. Whatever. At any rate, it's been a whole year since we last met. How about a kiss from your little brother? Or better yet, how about a kiss from this? So this is what they call shitty content. You got that right.